You aren't getting clicks on your videos mainly because your thumbnails suck. Okay, they don't suck. I'm not going to be that harsh, but they could use some improvement. So I'm actually going to break down 3 of the biggest things why these thumbnails aren't performing as well and getting clicks, and how we can make them better. And the third thing is something that's going to take your click-through rate to the next level. So I'm actually going to share with you a step-by-step transformation of a thumbnail, actually from one of our clients in our 1K collective, and how we were able to take it from just an okay thumbnail to an amazing thumbnail that's scroll stopping and gonna get clicks. So this is the thumbnail that was submitted in. This person right here in our 1K collective is a female drone pilot, teaches pretty much women how to be drone pilots and how to learn different things. Pretty much an educational kind of channel. And this was the thumbnail. Now this thumbnail isn't bad by any means, okay? But there is reasons why this click-through rate wasn't as high on this video and how we can get it better going forward. So the first thing, which they actually did a great job of, is you want yourself to take up, if you're putting yourself in the thumbnail, you want to take up 1/3 of the image, okay? Which they did in this. So right now, check. They did a great job on the first part. They took up 1/3 of that, so it really pops out. So when the thumbnail is smaller, whether it's on mobile or on desktop, you pop because you're taking up such a big area of the thumbnail. So that is great. Now the second part is what you're bringing the attention to. So in this case, it's to a drone, okay? Now, here is my issue with this thumbnail and how I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do to tweak it. But you can see the thumbnail right here where the drone is down where she's pointing to, down to the right of the thumbnail. You can see it's kind of hard to see because in the background, there is some other objects that kind of blends in with. And so it makes it very hard to see, especially, imagine this is blown up right now. Imagine this was a smaller thumbnail. Once you're scrolling through, it's gonna be very hard to see that that is a drone. So we wanna emphasize that and make that even bigger. I like to say 3 points of contact, right? Yourself or whatever the main thing is, the thing you're addressing, so the things you're gonna bring attention to, which in this case would be the drone, and the third thing we're gonna talk about in a little bit. Now, the drone, what I would do in this is I'd blow that drone up, make it a lot bigger, so that way we know exactly what we're talking about. And I'm gonna show you again how to do this all step by step, but first we're just gonna go through the 3 areas that we need to be fixed. Now, the last part, the third one, is all the words we put in here. So she put a lot of words in here. Yes, it describes what the video is about, but the problem is it's so much reading, it's not really scroll stopping to the effect of it makes me want to click on the video. Instead, it just seems like it's giving me more information about the video. I want to tell a story with my thumbnail to where it has some curiosity built in it that makes me want to go read the title. Because even though we always say to put a great title first, because titles is what ultimately leads to impressions, which speaking of, if you're not using outlier titles, you need to do it. That's how you get more impressions. And we actually have a swipe file with 10 of the best outlier titles that we've used. Comment hooks down below and I'll send you it. She actually used one of our outlier titles. But anyway, with the outlier titles, that is going to help you with your impressions. So it's great to have impressions, but now you want to have that thumbnail, right? Because here's the thing. I want you to think of it like this. When you're scrolling, what's the first thing you notice? Is it the title or is it the thumbnail? It's going to be the thumbnail, all right? So you're going to notice that first. But after you do that, your eyes are going to now go to the title to make sure everything lines up. We call this packaging, making sure it all aligns and builds more of that curiosity, but also makes me want to click on the video. So if I don't have that in the thumbnail first, I'm not even making it to the second part, which is reading the title. Once I read the title, if I get to that part, that's sealing the deal to make sure that it's going to get me to click ultimately, right? So for this, in this case, if I was a female drone pilot, maybe I'll click on this, but it still isn't building up enough curiosity. So what we do to build curiosity is we usually use a hook of 2 to 3 words that is super curiosity based. So something like I'm shocked, watch out, beware of this, like different things like that. That's ultimately going to have people thinking, oh, what is this about? And then when they go to the title and relates to what that curiosity based keyword was or that hook was, now they're like, oh, okay, this makes sense. I want to see what this is about, and I'm going to click on the video. So I reconstructed this whole thumbnail, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. I'm actually doing it in Canva. Now, again, this is not a bad thumbnail by any means. I think it's actually a pretty good thumbnail. However, I think we can do a lot of different things to make it better. So that way it's a no-brainer that's going to, number one, stop the scroll. Number two, build that curiosity that I want to see what this video is about. So I'm going to show you what the end product is, and then I'm going to show you how to do it. So this is what I created. Okay, so wish I knew. So actually, I'm going to show you the comparison. So we have this, 5 things to learn as a female drone pilot. And then we have this, wish I knew. Okay. Again, arrow going to a drone. So the wish I knew, that's my hook, right? Wish you knew what, right? You're thinking, wish I knew what? And you're flying a drone, and then I go to your title and it says 5 things I learned as a female drone pilot that you don't want to miss, or something like that. All right, now I want to click on the video, right? So that's that packaging where I'm kind of, and this is where, you know, a lot of people say, oh, it's like clickbait, blah, blah, blah. It's not clickbait. Okay, it's clickbait is if I don't deliver on this promise. If I don't tell them the 5 things they're going to learn in the video, then I didn't deliver on the promise. And wish I knew, you're going to tell them tips that you wish you knew earlier when you were learning to be a drone pilot, right? So this is a perfect example of how I would add this curiosity into a thumbnail like this. Now, you don't have to do what I did here as well. I also didn't have her original image. So what I did is I just took from here, and I'll show you how to do that. And then I just made it my own, and I put a different background. Now, you don't have to do a background like this. I only did it, again, because I didn't have access to the other one without the text. However, I do like the one I picked better only because when I think of drone, I think of outside, right? I think of flying in the air. So when I see the blue skies and I see some green, it makes me think, okay, we're talking about the sky, we're talking about outside. This makes sense. When it's inside, it's kind of hard for me to envision this because I'm inside of a room. So just something to think about. So now I'm going to share with you how we do this. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go to her original thumbnail that she created. Okay. I'm going to go here. I'm going to hit background remover. So now she is cut out. All right. Now I'm going to make that background. So all I did was go to elements, and then I have it here, but I just looked up like blue sky outdoor background, something like that. And then you can find a bunch of different ones in the photos. Okay, so like I could pick something like this. I kind of want to pick one that's more realistic looking. And again, you can just keep scrolling through. They have a bunch of different ones. I mean, I could even done this. That's square though. I'd want it to be more of a horizontal, so it's easier to kind of do stuff like this. So I could even do this one if I wanted. All right, so now if I do this and I can change my position, go to layers, put her in front like this. Doesn't seem realistic enough, right? It seems like I definitely cut her out and put her here. So what I do is I take that background image and we're going to put a blur on it. So I'm going to go to blur under edit. I go to blur, go to whole image. I usually put it around in the 30s. So let's just do 32. Okay. So now I have that blur behind me. Okay. So now your focus isn't on the background as much. It's on me now. Now, I can still kind of see it looks like I cut her out and put her there. So to make this look a little bit better, I click on her. I'm going to put edit. I'm going to go to shadows, drop shadow. Bring that intensity up all the way. Now this blur, we're going to bring this up to make it look a little bit more realistic. All right, and I can size this up. Again, we want to take up 1/3. So something like this. Okay. I even might take a little bit more of a blur. Okay, we'll size it like that. All right, now I'm going to go here and I'm going to add that drone. So it's fun. I had a controller too in case we want to do a controller. But you can take any image and whether you find it in here or you bring it in, drop it in. Like I used this one that I found. And all I did was trim this up, hit the background remover. And now I have my drone that I can move around. Okay, so I just sized this up. So again, it really pops. You know we're talking about a drone now. I did the same thing that I did before with her with the shadow. So I'm going to add a shadow. Always do a drop shadow. Turn the intensity up. Turn the blur up like this. Just makes it pop a little bit more. Gives it a little bit more emphasis. Okay, so something like this. All right. Now I'm going to go and I'm going to add those words. Okay, so you can go to text. Go to add heading. All right, so wish I knew. something like that. Okay, now I always do white with a stroke around it or a drop shadow of the black. So you can do it whatever font you want. Usually we do around like a League Spartan, just has a nice bold. We like the bolder ones just because it's easier to see and it kind of pops. Go to effects here. You're gonna go to shadow, turn the transparency up. Okay, I'm gonna make this black so you can kind of see it. We're gonna turn that blur up just kind of like before. So now we have a little bit of that pop off. Okay, so it looks like this. And a little hack too, guys. If you just take this and you want to pop more, copy and paste it. You can just put it over top. It makes it stand out a little bit more. Okay. Next, last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put that arrow now. So I just look up red arrow in the elements tab and go down to graphics. You can pick any of these. Okay, so let's say I pick this one. I can go here and flip it if I want it to go the other way. So something like this. I can do something like that. I might even make it smaller. Something like this, like that. Now, I can leave it like that, but I want to make that pop a little bit more. So I'm going to do the same thing we did before, guys. We're going to add that shadow. Go to edit, go to shadow, drop shadow, transparency, blur it. Okay, so it makes that arrow pop a little bit more. If I want to pop it more, I copy and paste, add it up there like that. Okay, I wish I knew. Now I brought the attention here, right? So we have our 3 points, right? We have her, we got the drone, we got this. If I wanted to, I could always add the controller. Again, I'm just going to hit the background remover on that. I can add this right here. And then I would even add a shadow on that as well. Again, this is if I just want to add this in there because I'm talking about this in the video. I might do something like this. Then I can add that in here. Now, I will say, biggest thing is when you're putting any sort of text or even something you're trying to bring attention to, stay out of this bottom right corner because there is a timestamp on that on YouTube. So this will get covered up. And so if I had words down here like this, pretend this controller wasn't here, you wouldn't see like probably the E and the W, maybe not even the N. So it'd be very hard for you to read. So we stay out of that bottom right. So everything usually goes to the left. If we put the person, we just make sure it's not their face covered up down here. That's why we blow them up and make them go on this side, up higher up. But yeah, so simple as that. That's how I turned it from this to this. It just pops a lot more, just a lot more. Okay. So I'd get rid of all the extra text. I'd make this pop with the main thing you're talking about. And then again, if you want to get fancy and put a background behind it, you can. And there's also, if you can't find an image on here either, you can use AI in Canva to do that as well. And if you guys want to see a video on that, put in the comments and I'll be happy to do a video for you guys. So overall, that is how I changed a thumbnail and turned it from just an okay thumbnail to a click-worthy thumbnail. And I hope this helped you guys out. Now, if you're struggling with getting these hook words up here and you're like, I want to have something that's really curiosity based, a little bit of FOMO, but I just can't think of the words that goes with this title. I actually did a video on how you can use AI to generate the best hooks for your thumbnails. If you guys want to see that, go ahead and check that video out over here and I'll see you there.